Hey, this is your sacred scribe here, ready to do a trail of tears, a dose of truth from the trees. I am here with Rhododella, and she has something to offer with a Native American present as well. So one moment, please. Reaching for what if was always in our vocabulary, especially the young ones. They would create stories at nighttime and whisper amongst themselves the what if. What if we were not forced to relocate? What if we were able to stay within our homestead? What if the white man saw the peace within themselves? What if we were white? What if was something prominent amongst the youngins? For they thought if they wished upon a what if, they would receive at least one of them in return for their offering light to the earth source. Seating themselves within the earth elements was easy enough for these children to do, as they were doing this from the time they were months old. They were doing this within the wombs of the tummy of their mothers. They knew this was a sacred honor to bestow upon the earth, the wind, the fire, the air, the water. They knew that this was a gift, not only from themselves, but returning from nature, all of nature. So they sought to control this, something they knew, were taught, that could not be done. If Mother Nature has spoken, and she had spoken, telling us our suffering was present for a tide, then this is what it meant. Our suffering was present for the betterment of more than the elements. It was for the betterment of humankind. We sang the songs of our soul, and we heard the tongues of our ancestors. Written in the stars was our fate, our alignment, reminding ourselves nightly of who we were and feeling within that we were on the right path, gave us much peace, gave us much solace, as we were forbidden to do so aloud. So quietly within all selves we spoke to the self, to one another, For we had this capability. Some of us more than others. There was a connection within the entirety of the tribe that was no comparison to any other. So we respected this. We understood this. And all we could do was focus on encouragement of the young ones. All we could do is focus on our positive nature, providing that upliftment for the tribe, even when we were down. For we turned to Gaia for instruction, our ancestors for instruction, guidance. Stating the claims of our souls, we were often ridiculed for our ways. So we went down a path that had not been tread before until now. And further up the road, it again changes. It twists, it turns. It sometimes gallops, but never runs. For within the running, there are traps. So knowing when to gallop and when to walk and when to even sit and listen is paramount to our existence as a tribe. We all knew what we had to do, but some chose to just ignore it and escape, like the children. All we could do is love as much as we were allowed to love from within and from without. Well, thank you, Rhodadella. Wow, I'm all dizzy from this one. Wow, it's interesting how the imagination of children still continues on, even through torture, even through pain. There's this connection to the magical world of imagination that remains no matter where they are, no matter what they're experiencing. And I just find that amazing. Amazing that they were at least able to hold on to a piece of that imagination within them, even if it was just wishing. I wish you all a good night, and I hope this resonates with you. And I will catch you next time on A Dose of Truth from the Trees, the Trail of Tears. Namaste.